was really influential. The timings that he was having with all the utility were typically perfect. They did such a great job at denying players the moment that the execute was about to come in with that stall utility. So Blue Water are going to have to be able to work around that effectively. You know, though, that being said, Icebox attack can get so snowbally, and sometimes it's just so straightforward, slamming these sites. You win duels, you overwhelm the defenders, that I think starting on attack is probably their best opportunity to get momentum and get back in this series.
All starts here. Gonna try and flush out Zerona. Gain some extra space off of that. Zoe still getting really aggressive, and it's because Fair is backing him up, but Zerona is still able to with that Omen in the pre-plant. The spike goes down. Fair now looking out. Ren's catching him before he gets more than one. And Maryville always biting off the same amount that Blue Water can. And now they'll try to bite back onto the spike. Wildfire, these shock darts, just trying to play keep away with fireball ops. Sage Ball just to keep anybody else on the lane from watching that spike. And it's such an easy way to condense the fights and make it easy for Maryville to take this site back. That is one of the many ways that Maryville is going to be able to just completely shut down Blue Water's chances of a round. And it happening here on the pistol to open things up, catastrophic.
I like that Blue Otter were taking the fight to them. Fair was playing really far forward with that Sheriff, took duels, got kills. That was all great, and that's the kind of aggression I want to see them playing with, not the slow pace contact stuff they were playing with basically every single round on map 1. I like that, but I mean, yeah, as you called out, it's just the retake, having that Sage Wall available. Maryville cover all the angles. They fight back yellow together. That was really nicely handled. On this round, I am looking at Fair, though, who has picked up the Outlaw here.
Really ballsy move out the gate here for Blue Water. Clearly, they smell blood in the water, and they understand they need to claw at every chance they can and not let up the same way the Maryville isn't, as they'll continue to just dig pieces of util into this presence, make sure that Blue Water is still not to be trifled with over here on A before contributing more to that B hold, which Blue Water has started to send a couple players on over towards.
Yeah, they have a lot of presence in B main right now. They've taken all this space for free.
Poison's off.
Trying to open Fair up with this Outlaw. Zeke maybe just giving him a clear vantage with this toxic screen. Spike, obviously not here though, so left. It's all about just maybe finding a peek next to that toxic screen, giving him an open clearing. But with all of this attention that Blue Water is now giving, all of the guns that are now being fired, it doesn't seem like there will be an opportunity for Fair to get a shot out. Oh, he does, but it's just countered by Zerona. And Blue Water, they can't even scratch on the wall. Well, they gave it a fair shot. But it takes an Outlaw out of the equation for Blue Water's economy here on the bonus. So it does make things a little bit dire there.
Yeah, they were able to drag, I think, 2 players kind of towards that B site by having Zeke go forward. He broke the alarm bot, right? But over on A, that was a perfect wall thrown down from Giza to deny anyone wrapping left side of 410 from the attacker's perspective. And then they're able to just fight the cross by Gen for anyone trying to get into sight with the better weapons. Players rotate quickly back. Those are the kind of moments where Giza's util is thriving. Okay, Zerona did not mean to get that kill, but he'll take it.
Again, Blue Otter just have to be fast. Just take it and run with it. Oh, Giza has been found out, but can't get killed on the timing. Fair is just going to use this to press forward a little bit. Oh, Wildfire finds Spikester with that with that shock dart. Major.
I mean, I'm sorry. What was that? Where did that? What was that lineup?
We gotta see that.
Last player standing.
Giza has now made his way to the back, and he's dealt with the rest of the team, fighting from Snowman. That's another bonus for Maryville. Okay, we have to look at that shock dart, but
yeah, that was great. I mean, what was that lineup? That was crazy. That was so cross map. That was from like spawn to default plant spot, but like a little bit behind it, I think. I don't know. That was a crazy shock from Wildfire, who's still just going off, but Giza gets the perfect flank timing and wins out the 1v2 clutch. But also Zerona just walks up and no one is really on this angle. So he gets 2 for free and a ton of damage. Oh my god, he had a ton of damage on the Meister. Eats the shock just after getting the spike down. That's crazy.
So many moving parts to give Maryville that round.
Get out of my way.
Oh, and Zerona again! This time it's the eco, but still, it stings. And Maryville look to get another streak going early on here in the game. It is another attack for Blue Otter that just can't make any headway.
One enemy remaining.
They are crumbling one by one. Those were all just isolated players and engagements. No one able to find trades at any moment there. And Zeke is sadly left alone. And look at the look at Maryville right now. Like they're getting this round done real quick. Another flawless in the series. And their economy is going to build significantly. Really seems like Maryville will be they'll be winning this series. That would be my prediction right now.
It's definitely...
And the caster curse might be dead. I mean, this is the least cursed game of all time. I mean, I don't want to get ahead of myself. Maybe this is where Blue Water make the comeback happen. But so far, Maryville just seem cut above.
Yeah, this has felt like a pretty rigid team dip most of the way through. Blue Otter gonna come with some ideas, but again, Maryville can toss petty util to shut down what at the end of the day is just practically geocaching for Blue Otter. Just looking around for something that they know Maryville is just not gonna hand over to them.
They're trying to play around the fair op again, which they were making many attempts at doing on Haven. And once Zerona's heard some noise on A, just wants to send out that Viper's Pit to control the site. Renz is just ready to play off the contact of Giza.
Walked out, giving it away. Renz,
Down,
a little bit of a panic mode, still jittery, able to find Zostal on the way down, but Yellow's been handed over to Blue Otter.
30 seconds left.
Now heading up the back. Operator from Fair, not able to catch the rotation through mid. It gets abandoned. Giza steps into the spike plant, traded out. Now it's Wildfire's turn, and just sprays onto Zeke. And Blue Otter just can't get this spike down. There's 10 seconds to go.
10 seconds left.
Maryville just holding the line. Now it's Fireball's turn to throw his body into things, and Fair has to hold it down. That's a chip operator. But Ange can finish the job, and Maryville still win out, still look way better in the long run.
Yeah, I like the decision there to just send the players in denying the spike when there was so little time left. They were just sacrificing themselves to deny it a couple times in a row. It was a good decision. That results in another round win. This was a bit earlier on, of course. Zerona was able to push up. No one's covering this angle. And almost gets a 3K.
That massive ricochet coming out from Wildfire. That was such a good shock dart. And then yeah, Zerona just not even flinching and continuing that presence again. It just goes to show how absolutely fearless Maryville are. They are so committed to their strategy. They're going to carry out their game plan, and they're just gonna bulldoze anything that Blue Otter throw at it. And so far, none of it's been enough.
Yeah, they are playing with a lot of confidence on this map for sure. I mean, they know that they are just on point today. They're on another level right now. And you can see that in like when Blue Otter have one player left and all the Maryville players are just running into their spawn to hunt down the kill, like they're having fun with it too. Blue Otter into this round, they just have the one solo Guardian. Renz is offing on a really deep line and spawn.
Found them.
Zeke now patrolling for Zerona, who has planted himself even deeper. Blue Water just strolling up A main this time around. No dead giveaways just yet. Some pot shots into the recons thrown both ways. Will prompt some preventative stuff out from Maryville. Blue Water continuing to creep on. They've grabbed the high ground. A couple players followed along the way.
Oh my god!
Good god! It feels, yeah, it feels like the opposite of a caster curse, doesn't it? Just, it feels like they're destined to win.
That was a disgusting transfer. Oh my god, he's like 30 HP as well. Peeks out, snaps onto the first. That is criminal. Oh my god.
Yeah, that's nasty. Oh my god. Blue Otter, you saw they were doing the homework that round. They were making a good amount of space with minimal util with those guns, but couldn't do a thing. Renz, one of the most egotistical things we've seen from Maryville so far, and it does get punished. Operator now tossed away temporarily.
Yeah, Blue Otter seemed pretty prepared for just that middle peak to happen. They had a couple players on the line. They were high-low with one guy on the barrel. Wall used. So the res is going to come through as the Blue Otter work their way towards this site. Going to get in for free. They know they're not going to have to deal with the Sage. Not going to be any slow orbs there since Giza was cross-map. Hunter's Fury coming through now.
Once again, the op read pretty early on, and it will not connect, so Ren's having to reposition yet again here, and he's gonna get babysat on by Giza, who might just do all the work himself. He's too deep, making 3 into the pit. It might be too late for that, buddy. How if your team's already dead, and you've got a flank behind you too? Ange creeping on up. Meister having to patrol the entirety of this pit. Now 3 kills for him, but there's just so much work in his way, and there's still a wildfire on the field. A big fat goose egg still on the scoreboard for Blue Otter here on Icebox. Maryville make it 7-0.
The precision there from Giza. The crosshair placement was perfect. The movement was perfect. That was just lovely to watch. So impressive. I mean, him on defense as well against the Burger Boys. He was a demon in that game on Sage. I think he put up 16 and 6 just on the defensive half. He thrives on this map. Blue Otter's pit expended, doesn't get any value. They still have a few other ults to play with though.
They still have ways of manipulating these rounds and at least pushing back Maryville here, because again, they're just unwavering. They will not budge. Wildfire shoots down the owl drone, just spams onto Fair. He's at 6 HP.
A lockdown going to force Maryville back for now. Sage wall is thrown up at 410. Teleport comes in and is broken. Oh, Red's accidentally caught, but probably won't matter all too much.
And Fair trying to hide away on the high ground, still gets caught, but no one else from Maryville can enter before the spike goes down and the toxic screen. Now to help Maryville get back on, Ren's the Blade Storm, having the time of his life up there until Fireball strikes him down, and still untouched, letting the rest of Blue Otter get forward and restabilize. Zerona, now the only player left for Maryville, and Blue Otter closer than ever to getting on the board here. Can Zerona do it? Watched by Meister. Gone. Zeke next. Gone. Instant 1v1. Zerona has very little time, though, and it's on the high ground. So many places to check, and Fireball is able to peek it from the pocket. One round is on the board from Blue Otter. One player standing for Blue Otter. Any chance this match for Blue Otter?
That is a dangerous situation. That might be a tactical round loss for Maryville, where now if they win this one, they break the economy again to put them on an eco. But well done from Fireball. Got those 2 early kills as well. The ultimates give value there. The lockdown forcing everybody away so they can get into sight. As even down to the 4v5, he really steps up there to get their team their first round.
Friends, once again, not backing down. And this time his op is true. Fair gone. And the stack from MU ready to meet the rest of the fight. Blue Otter, again, they understand how fast they have to be in order to make this attack work. And they're still just slowed down to a halt. Giza has the other end of this attack that's starting to extend, though, and he can't finalize. Neither can Wildfire from the screens. Blue Otter's managed to take back this space, but Ren's dry peeking with this operator. Still good for one on the way back. On top of the lockdown, Ange playing a bit too close to home. Able to get silenced pretty quickly. Oh, Ren's, that looks like a feast to him, doesn't it? Tries to go again. Find the head on this op. Continues to make dents as Zerona goes for another flank from spawn. And this time, he is not being watched. Meister, not finished. Friend has to do it himself. And he'll have to get the 5th kill, too. After Zerona gets the choke. Oh, sure, he's out. An ace for Renz. You didn't think it could get more stylish. You didn't think it could get more disgusting. And then Maryville makes it 8-1.
Blue Otter were in such a good position there as well to win it out. They got into the 3v2. They were able to break that lockdown. Renz was never really in a good position backside, but they just keep offering up fights to him. They're just in the open facing him. Like on this reswing as well, they're just out in the open still. Sick play from Renz. All those shots were really snappy, really accurate. At least with the plant down, Blue Otter have enough money to get into this round with a force. I mean, they're down by so much. They're just, like, screw it, we're going in with 3 stingers. Let's just see if we can run it down and win.
Oh, they have abandoned all thought. All aim, no brain, and fair is the epitome. He's already grabbed himself a rifle, but he decides to pull out the knives right in the middle of the fight. Worst possible timing for the guy. The rest of Maryville is now here to finish. Still, Blue Otter's on. They at least have some high ground to play with, and they can start toying with this plant. Tap to their heart's content. Force members of Maryville to give themselves away. Zerona once again on the flank, too, if Blue Otter decide to get out of here, which they do have the time to do, but Zosto will commit to the plant.
Spike planted.
Renz has just been holding this angle towards Jen, wants to peek out as a player to help as well. Ange on the low ground.
Now they can hyperextend. Renz again! How is he always the one to act? Zostal, though, quick to recover. 20 HP, though. And Zerona has his position pretty much to the letter. Make it 9-1 now for Maryville as the efficiency continues to not slow. This team continues to look utterly dominant.
This op getting online has been taking Maryville over the top as far as how good they are on defense. Renz with 14 on the board now, another couple kills in that instance. It's Rhoda, every single retake is just on the flank. Again, comes in super late and wins the 1v1 with Zostal at 20 HP.
Well, you do have some ultimates to give into this round here. If you're Blue Otter, the ulti for Intel into maybe a Hunter's Fury, Blue Otter can maybe get creative and find an opener without having to peek into Zerona for the umpteenth time. Oh, nope. He gets 2.
How?
Okay.
How?
Right,
every time. It's insane.
Oh, yes, the perfect timing. Fire? All right, that's one gone. Now Giza in the fight. Slow orb toss, but Paranoia will let him get out for free with the TP. So Blue Otter technically have a pinch, but they don't really have the players to back it up. Let's give Renz an op kill real quick. Oh no, okay, Zeke is upstairs. All right, another 3v1. Yeah, easy reset. Wow.
All good. This just feels like the perfect storm of Blue Otter having a serious off day and Maryville just being insane individually as well. Zerona, Giza, and Renz are just simply never missing. They're winning every duel. It's just, I mean, just everything going right for them, everything going wrong for Blue Otter. This one is cooked. Maryville are so good on defense here.
There are really no notes for Maryville's defense on either of these maps as a whole. Zerona. Oh, he's mixed it up. He's gone to the high ground this time. He hasn't had to do that this entire game. And he's going to step out of this owl drone. Oh, Hunter's Fury is actually going to be the thing that makes him scramble and set him into the panic mode. That's what lets Zerona get a free shooting range. Another 2 for this Viper. And Blue Otter can't even get out of the lane on this B site. Renz on the blades, trying to dissuade. Zeke does get a fair distance forward, and Renz has trouble shutting it down. So once again, Blue Otter are on the site. What can they do with it? Not much. And has already made it back to the lane. Spike is under their control. There's a pit, but it doesn't get Zeke much farther than just having to skate out and grab kills.
I mean, he's walled off now as well on the left side, so he has to go back yellow.
Oh, no.
And there's 2 players there. Just, I mean, this is
30 seconds
this
left.
is tough.
Oh.
That's real tough. All these situations as well have Maryville just constantly flanking every single time. Whatever site Blue Otter hit, they are getting flanked. And every time they go B main, Zerona has gotten a 2K. That time in the poison cloud calls for the Hunter's Fury as an additional distraction for when it drops and he starts to take the fights. Just syncs that up so well with Wildfire. Just to again get a multi-kill. And somehow this is even more dominant than Haven. I mean, Maryville today are simply unstoppable.
Keep it up.
Yeah, on a warpath to only handing over 4 rounds on the day to get them to that 2-0 finish that teams like Envy are fighting tooth and nail for as we speak. Great position to put themselves in.
Oh my god. That is just an insane shot. All right, fair play to Zosol, though.
Down A.
They're working it. They managed to take back spawn. They're going to swarm this. Zoe and Fair are both quite low, though. An attempted double swing by Wildfire and Renz. Really nicely sequenced. They're still kicking, though. And now Renz in the 1v3. Hey, can you replicate that 2 more times? No. Absolutely not. Fair takes the space. Blue Water, they will act quickly this time. Win out the pistol.
Fair play. Those were some really nice share of shots.
Yeah.
Really well done. It was just such a fast flank, too, from Blue Water. And Zosol gets the 2K with the Ghost. It really just comes down to some good shots being hit. And I like the proactivity, too. I mean, presence shown on A. They just push all the way through B main together.
100%. No, that was definitely the way to go. After how badly they wanted to mount any more level of aggression this entire previous half. Well, Maryville, they understand that they can have that speed regardless of the guns. They'll just wall their way under tube and try to brute force it, but they can still play the range game, Blue Water, and they'll completely gap on the road to a flawless here. Nice setup to be able to have a chance here in the bonus. Yeah. Okay, so it can't be worse than last game. It could just be the same.
Yeah, very true. Very true. They've got themselves in good position, though. A couple targets for that Outlaw to potentially one-shot here.
You can definitely kind of play with your food here if you're Blue Water. It just comes down to the util trades. When you're playing for wherever Maryville decide to open, which looks to be the A site. They'll also have Zerona on this lurk from B. Zeke the only one watching it. Heavy choke up on this site. Zoe trading on the jump up. Ren's low, but Fair now the one peeking up, trying to hold them back before they burst forward, and it's nothing doing.
Keys is able to get Ren's healed back up to 100 HP as well after taking a hit from the Outlaw. One of the players with the full armor. Zerona caught the timing to get up too, but Fireball with the Guardian gets a lot of damage off.
Pressing slowdown in mid. Rest of the site still needs to be taken, and Zoe can get away with an Outlaw shot before falling, but MU have enough resources to swing their way onto the site. 3 standing on it, 1 outside. Zerona still waiting in the wings if he's needed. Creep on back to A main now that both of the remaining defenders have been confirmed.
And of course they are definitely going to go for this, but ultimately just no chance. On that A side hold, Blue Otter were just trying to hard hold some angles. Meister had pushed up close left. I think was playing an off angle while the Outlaw watched Belt, but they're just overwhelmed by the numbers of Maryville hitting back in there. And now 1 away from closing out this series in some of the most dominant fashion of any Challengers game I have cast in the last 2 years. This is as one-sided as it gets. But listen, respect to Maryville, this team look really sick. Like, they've been on the cusp of being in Challengers for a while, and now that they're finally here, they are making the most of this opportunity.
We've been talking for so long about, having more CVAL representation since Winthrop really upped their game in Challengers. We're starting to see that benchmark really rise in the collegiate space. And Maryville representing after making it here. Really great to see. But did it have to be this ugly, Blue Otter? Surely not. A 13-3 again. Maryville confidently approaching this B site. A swath of Viper util along with the Viper himself doing all of the dirty work on the front lines, but still going down first. No matter, that's just an excuse for Rens to go crazy. 3 kills deep on the front line, and now watching Kitchen as the spike goes down.
Planted.
The swings get baited out. Rens is able to find all of the trades and just in a backstab position. The turret's down because no KJ.
One enemy remaining.
And that is all she wrote on that game. Maryville kind of looking like a force right now in Challengers. I think, like I said before, that felt like a serious off day for Blue Otter, combined with Maryville being insanely on point. I mean, Wildfire dropped 23 for 4 on map 1. And then Renz, Giza, and Zerona were just getting minimum 2 kills every single round when someone went in their direction on Icebox. That was just sick across the board.